Hello and welcome to another episode of M Review. Since so many of you have asked, today we're going to take a closer look at the all-new Mercedes-Benz GLB. Big shout out to Cars World for lending us this GLB. Thanks guys, we couldn't have done this without you. This of course is parallel imported from Europe and made in Mexico. Now this one is the premium version, which is mid-range in the AMG lineup. There's a highest spec Premium Plus. That one comes with a panoramic roof, comes with electric memory seats, driver's assistance package, and even multi-beam headlights, which is actually very cool. So go check that one out. There's also an entry-level version called the Sport. Alright, that one has a different looking bumper and a lot less features, but don't worry, still got 4 wheels. There are also some diesel variants, so it can get a little bit confusing. So refer to the motorist article for better clarity. This sits between the GLA and the GLC. So right now, there's a GLA, there's a GLB, there's a GLC, there's a GLC Coupe, there's a GLE, there's a GLE Coupe, and there's a GLS. Before I go on, I really need to address this. What the hell is a GL Coupe? You see, GL essentially means SUV. So a GLA is an A-Class and a GLE is an E-Class. So when you buy a GLC or a GLE Coupe, essentially you're buying an SUV Coupe. What? Why on earth do you need coupe styling on an SUV? I mean, if you're buying an SUV, you want something that's big, bad and bold. Not this sloping roofline rubbish. Now I know some of you may disagree with me, but look at it. This is an SUV. This looks like Roti John. It reminds me of the Range Rover Evoque convertible. You remember that? It's a SUV, but it's a 2-door convertible. Failure.com. Wow, I'm glad I finally got that off my chest. Anyway, I'm going to leave out all the boring stuff for the other jokers out there to tell you, and I'm going to dive straight into all the important things about this GLB. First, its looks. Does this look like an SUV? Yes. And after the Goliath GLS and the Gangster G-Wagon, I think this one looks the best. It's actually slightly taller than the GLC, which means much better headroom. And thanks to its boxier shape, it looks way more muscular, which is very attractive. Okay, that sounded very gay. But let's move on. The headlights, the bumper design, the chrome bits, the wheels, they all seem to fall into place very nicely. It's like finding a chick with both brains and beauty. But not too much of both, because that could spell trouble. Have you heard of MBUX? Sounds like a skin disease, but no, it's actually the latest infotainment system from Mercedes. And it looks like an iPhone 17 Plus. You know, on its side, one long piece. Very stylish. But the Sport variant, it comes with much smaller displays, and that one looks whacked. You don't want that. If you have no experience with MBUX, you should really give it a try. I personally think it's awesome and very user-friendly. And check this out, it's full touchscreen, and there's a touchpad over here to control it, and you can even control it over here. This, my friends, is awesome. And you see, the driving position, it feels like a proper SUV, not some wannabe crossover. There's ambient lighting with colors you can change. So if the missus is blasting you for coming home late last night, change it to blue, cool her off, you know, and if it's, I don't know, Hari Raya, change it to green, because, you know, ketupats. Small bump here, but still can sit 3, don't worry. The back is actually quite comfy, but it's a little bit boring because this one doesn't have the panoramic roof. And now, for what makes this car unique, it's actually the smallest available 7-seater from Mercedes. And just looking at it, I'm going to tell you this. If you're buying the GLB mainly for the 7-seater feature for your family members, then you have to make sure that at least 2 of your family members are either kids, and I'm talking about below 12, can't shut up and sit still kind of kids, or you really, really hate these 2 family members of yours. And this is exactly where they're going to sit. Simply put, it's small. It's not bad, it's not wrong, it's not stupid. They are like cup holders and some other features and all that, but it's small. And getting in and out sucks. I will definitely not recommend the third row for adults. Unless of course you're a midget. Maybe you can even fit 4 of them in the back, depending on how midgety you are. Ta-da! Actually, it looks the same. Let's go. Straight up, first thing, the engine noise. It's way too loud. Look at that. I don't feel the continentalism-ness that I think I should be getting in a Mercedes-Benz. You know, I just hope they didn't intentionally put it in there, you know, so that you get some kind of rugged feel. Because if you did, then I'm sorry dude, it's not working. The engine is small, 1.3, but it has a turbo, so it's punchy off the line, you know, but it's not that powerful. What's important though is that this car comes with a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, so the ride feels extra smooth. The console display is really amazing. The graphics, the design, the colors. Simply put, so many things to play. All your speed limiter, your ESP, your cruise control, your rice cooker, whatever, it's all in there. But please check, if you're going for the sport variant, that one doesn't come with many features. This engine noise, reaching taxi level, and the road noise. I think I need to install curtains. The ride is very smooth, and I think it's safe to say it does do justice to the fact that this is an SUV or mini SUV. And you can't feel this, but every time I stray out of my lane, the steering wheel vibrates a little bit to remind me that I'm going off. And judging from the way you jokers are driving out there, I think this is going to come in very useful for you. Yes, you. Okay, honestly, I still feel there's something missing in this car, you know, like doesn't really feel that luxurious, you know. Okay, yes, there's plastic trims here and here, even this is kind of plastic, but I don't know, I think it still feels a little bit cheap, you know. Like for example, look at this, I'm gonna wind down the window. Look at that. Can you see how long it takes to wind down and how noisy it is? Look at that. Why is it taking that long? If I want to road rage with someone, I gotta wait. Oi! Having said that, thanks to its price and features, I still think many people are going to want a piece of this car, and you're going to find it a lot in the modified or the Cheng scene. This really is a good looking car with a lot of potential. But I'm still not satisfied with the engine noise. It's like that brains and beauty chick is suddenly a foreigner, yeah? Not a very easy problem to fix. And there are other things that are really getting on my nerves. This car has a grand total of 7 charging ports. 7, right? So there's some in front, some in the middle row, some even in the back row. But none of them are the regular USB ports. They are all Type-C. Why? The doors are heavy and extend all the way to the bottom, which is nice. But I'm really having trouble closing it. Really need to slam. Okay lah, maybe haven't seasoned yet. If you're getting this, only the Premium Plus version makes sense to me. Buy means buy properly lah, John. The entry-level sport variant is like getting treated to a 12-course meal in a vegetarian restaurant. I'm sorry vegans, no offense. So let me try and summarize this for you. GLA? No, that's too desperate. And if only a GLA falls within your budget, then you shouldn't even be considering a Mercedes. Stop it. GLC? Kinda waste of money. Might as well get the GLB. Plus, the B looks nicer. GLE, that's a nice car, and that's a 7-seater variant as well. But don't forget, for that price, one GLE can get you 2 GLBs. And if you're considering the GLS, then you're probably too rich to even be watching a review show. I'll just remember to get out of the way when I see you coming from behind me. And if you're considering any of the GL coupes, I want you to sit in front of a mirror and ask yourself, what happened to you, man? You used to be cool. And right now, it's time for us to rate this all-new Mercedes-Benz GLB. I'm going to tell you, I kept swapping between I don't know and buy a good 3 times. But I have finally settled with a buy. Once again, a big shout out to Cars World for lending us this GLB, and I personally know some of you guys who are actually planning on buying this GLB. You got to look for the motorist link in the description box, click it, talk to them, you're going to enjoy some additional promotions for your brand new GLB. That's it from me, Jackie. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next episode.